This is the one thing that's stopping you from being a powerhouse coach. What is it? It's fear. Fear is holding you back from many things. It stops you from growing. It stops you from making decisions to take action on your business. It stops you from even being honest with yourself about what's holding you back. It stops you from giving 100% when you wake up in the day. When you're fearful, it plays out in so many areas in your life. But one of the main ways, and I see this play out for coaches, is they stop being honest with themselves. They stop going, well, this is what's really holding me back. This is what my blocks are. This is where I'm stuck with. And rather than ask for help, they try to do it all in their own. Female coaches can do this a lot as well. They get into masculine. They're like, they close off and they stop allowing themselves to receive help. And they close off. And it's like I've got to prove something to someone just by trying to do this all on my own. So, not receiving help is an expression of that fear where it's like, well, what if I was to receive help? Well, maybe that would make me feel not enough because all of a sudden I'm forced to, give up control and ask for help from somebody else and I've got some stored meaning that means I'm weak or something. It's bullshit, right? So you've got to be honest with yourself about what is holding you back and, if you can't solve it yourself, then you should go and ask for help, right? That's how I've done things in my life. I have 2 coaches right now in my life helping me, right? And that's helped me to progress and be my best self. Now, the other thing that's really important as an expression of the fear is the more you heal yourself, the more you release these negative emotions from your past that have been stored on negative events in your life, then that is directly related to your income. Because the more stored anger, the more stored hurt, the more stored fear, the more stored sadness and shame or guilt or resentment, whatever it may be, that has such negative effects. What it does, first thing, is it lowers your vibration, right? So you start attracting negative places, people, and events into your life because the universe is vibrational. So when you're in a negative state, you start attracting those negative things into your life. So it has an energetic effect in the universe. You're always talking to the universe with what you're emotionally being, right? Then the other way that it lowers things for you is it shuts down access to the prefrontal cortex. So you start being flooded with all these stress hormones of adrenaline and cortisol nonstop. So that actually lowers your IQ by 50% or more by actually being flooded by these negative emotions. And that's terrible. You can't make clear decisions in that place. The other way that the fear plays out is we start to come up with a story that protects us from feeling the fear. It's protecting us. So we go, oh, well, I can't succeed because I don't have the time, or I don't have the money, or I didn't have the parenthood. I didn't have the parents raise me up to do this. Or, I don't have $1 million sitting under my bed. It's the story, but what the story is doing is it's meeting certain human needs. It's making you feel comfortable. It's giving you comfort. You would prefer comfort over growth. That's why you're stuck. The second human need it's meeting is it's giving you significance. You're like, oh, well, because I'm so special and I'm so important and my thing is so big and bad, that's why I can't change. And the third need that the story meets for you is it gives you a way to connect with yourself. And so you're connecting with yourself through this way and it becomes addictive. There's a book by Candace Pert, I believe her name was, and it's called Molecules of Emotion. And in that book she said that the emotions actually become addictive to the nervous system. They give you like the same hit as if you were taking cocaine or drugs, because what it does is it binds to the receptors of the cell and it gives a certain biochemical hit. You're like, oh, I need more of that. And so you keep repeating the same emotional patterns every day. And it's bullshit. It's got to stop. So I remember talking with a lady the other day and she had a whole bunch of stories about why she couldn't change. She's like, oh, I've been going through so much more than everybody else and my situation is so bad. Like, you cannot change very often your situation, but you can change the way that you perceive that situation. Sometimes if you can't change the situation, you've got to change the way you're seeing it. And that allows you to make decisions to change. And so there's this quote, right? God grant me serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, and the courage to accept the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So go out there and ask for help. Get out of that fear state and you'll see your business grow.